the pandemic struck as we were launching concerted efforts to reposition our economy and attract much-needed investment as we've been rebuilding the democratic state after years of state capture. Not only was state capture a systematic attempt at siphoning off public resources and funds, it also destroyed the capability of the state and led to the departure of capable people from public institutions as they resisted state capture. Some were fired, some were forced to resign, and some just gave up. Some were suspended for long periods, and they left. And those were the critical skills that our country was robbed of. People who knew the work, who knew the right things to do. But because state capture targeted them, because those who were perpetrating it knew that if they remove those people, it will be a lot easier to achieve their own ends. It also undermined our democratic state and threatened our program of social and economic transformation. As expected, the renewal that we have embarked on is being assailed at various levels by acts of institutional and social disruption. Let us, from the outset, make it clear that these desperate efforts that some are making will fail in the face of a united people resolved to protect South Africa's democratic gains. Ba ka se ke ba re tlhola, ba ka se ke ba tlhola batho ba South Africa. We must be forthright in recognizing and deal decisively with the reality that ANC structures are in a poor state themselves. Many of them are focused on internal organizational conflicts, factionalism, and furthering the self-interest of individual leaders, which results in the lack of service delivery to our people and the lack of addressing the aspirations of communities that they are meant to serve. These weaknesses were reflected in the results of the local government elections in November 2021. While the ANC received a clear mandate to govern in the overwhelming majority of municipalities in our country, our overall share of the national vote fell below 50% for the first time since the advent of democracy. One of the resolutions of our 54th conference was to establish a judicial commission of inquiry into allegations of state capture. We welcome the submission and release of the first part of the commission's report and look forward to the completion of the commission's work by the end of February 2022. The ANC will support government in effecting the measures that are required to eliminate conditions and conduct that enable state capture and systemic corruption. We will put in place mechanisms to process any parts of the Commission's report that pertain to the organization, its employees or members. We will also look at how the Commission's recommendations can help to enhance the fundamental renewal and the rebuilding of our movement. We call on all South Africans to engage with the Commission's report and to be part of the national effort to put state capture behind us. We want this to be a national effort so that all of us are collectively involved in putting state capture behind us. We call therefore on all of us to be part of the effort to build an ethical, capable developmental state and a society governed by the values of our democratic constitution and the rule of law. The security and stability of our country was directly challenged by the deliberate, coordinated, and well-planned incidents of violence and destruction that took place in parts of KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng in July last year. It is important once again to express our deepest condolences to the over 300 families who lost loved ones in the course of these tragic events. The ANC applauds the actions of ANC structures and ordinary South Africans who worked together through peaceful means to prevent the spread of violence and looting to many other parts that were targeted. We commend the members of the South African Police Service, the SANDF, and other state agencies who under difficult conditions worked to restore order and prevent further loss of life. These events underline the need to continuously guard against counter-revolution and work to ensure that counter-revolution cannot and must never find fertile ground here in South Africa. We call on government to strengthen the ability of the state to prevent and respond effectively to such developments.